Going to kick off the feature tractor walk around with the experimental Oliver on loan from the Floyd County Museum, Charles City. This is XO-121, experimental Oliver, 12.5 to 1 compression. So back in '53, Oliver was trying to play around and get as much power using as least amount of fuel as possible, and they did this as a prototype. They took a 4-cylinder Hercules diesel as a bottom end, made a head for it, converted it to gas, bumped the compression up, and with a partnership with Ethel Petroleum Corporation out of Michigan, they put this together. They put it in the Super 88 frame, I believe this is, and they did a bunch of tests. I'll put some of the power numbers down on this thing, because I don't remember them off the top of my head. I think the results were pretty good. I think it's pretty cool that they loaned it out for the feature at the show here. Now I didn't have to go to Iowa to see it. Be fun to make a replica of it. Bet you get a lot of attention at shows. First row is always the earliest models. There's some early Hart Parrs. This one really catches my eye. Very narrow. Looks to be never restored, which I think adds to the character. I'll try to get some video of this running in the parade tomorrow. I seen it running around today, but I missed it. Similar. It's got a little wider wheels on it. Here's another real rare bird. I actually didn't know anything about this or even knew it existed. Hart Parr Little Devil 2-cycle that was apparently recalled. There's only 5 left. I believe that's probably to keep your balance, being that's a unit wheel in the back. I would imagine it could become quite tippy. Some crazy ideas. Boiler. 2-cylinder. From the look looks of it, it's oil cooled, similar to a Rumley. Say that just because it has oil leaking where typically coolant would be. Talk to somebody running this for the owner last night and figured out why they were recalled, where I was told they're a two-stroke and they had a very limited transmission, and so they had planned to run the motor backwards to make up for the reverse gears and some of the other speeds. So the problem is when you lug it down and almost stall it out, you know how some of the old engines kick back? It would actually start running backwards and it would run over your plow or the operator. So they had a recall on them, and after talking to them, he said that they only know of two other ones. One's in Canada, and I believe one's in Charles City, and neither of them are complete. So here's a runner. I'll take a little walk through the rest of the line and just kind of stop at the oddball stuff you don't normally see, or things that interest me. Stay tuned. Here's a Super 44. These were only made for 2 years, and I believe their production numbers are less than 800. I believe there was 775, something like that. There's two of them here. Got lots of them. Olivers to see. 21-foot disc. Largest 252 model disc manufactured. This is an unusual contraption. Somebody's gonna have to tell me more about this. It has Oliver casting on it. Looks like a disc plow. Some solid cast wheels. Thing that throws me is this looks like a John Deere breakaway hitch to me, unless somebody added it. Real heavy duty lift mechanism. Never seen anything like that. Cleat-Track military crawler. Of course, Cleat-Track was later acquired by Oliver. $1900 Cockshutt, same as Oliver, Detroit powered. But here is a real unique one. 1950 Olivers and Cockshutts also had the Detroit in them, but this has a hydraulic front wheel assist. Instead of the mechanical ones that are far more common. I believe there's a lever up here. You could just kind of vary the speed. I have no idea what the numbers are. I know they're unusual, and being in Cockshutt paint, gotta make it even more rare. 1800 front wheel assist mechanical, but this is LP. It's another one of those I can say, haven't seen that before. $2150 front wheel assist. I believe the 2050s were made for 2 years. I'm not sure the years of the 2150, but these had a 478 Hercules in them. Again, not many of them around, especially in a front wheel drive or front wheel assist configuration. Terra Tire 1850. Something else different. Consolidated Diesel Electric Corporation. So this was some sort of industrial model. Obviously not in running shape. Somebody drug it here for display. Built for some heavy industrial application. I noticed both the tires rear tires are on backwards. Kind of the standard Oliver dash. Something else struck me. You here see this huge battery box. We look at the tag on the generator. 24 volt system. 18 amp output. Got a different distributor than the standard Cockshutt have. This thing looks like it's had a rough life, but again, haven't seen one like it. And next to that, we have a Herman. If you guys don't know what Herman is, check out Chris Losey. 1950 Detroit Terra tire. Check this out. Cockshutt 2150 front wheel assist with ROPS, rollover protection system. Guessing there ain't too many of these in Cockshutt paint. And a 2050 in Cockshutt red. So that other Super 44. This one's nicely restored. Really nice paint. And one that I've kind of always wanted, because I think they look sharp when they're restored, a G750. Which is the same as a 1655 Oliver. They made a few of these. The rare one, I believe, is the G650, which is the same as a 1555. I believe they only made like 42 of those. So if you ever see one of those and you can get it for less than 40 grand, buy it. Another Oliver wearing Moline paint and sheet metal. G850. This would be the same as a 1755 Oliver. Beautiful. Fuel tank fenders. (1955) high crop. The one thing that I always pay attention to when I'm looking at 1955s, almost at every show I go to, I always take a peek to see if the original 310 survived. And most of the time, half the time, I see Cummins conversions in them. But so far here, 310 turbo, 1950T. I believe that was their first attempt at doing an in-house one because buying the Detroit diesels got too expensive. Another 1955 with the 310. Got a pretty good streak of having original engines in them here. 2150 front wheel assist. It's the same one from the Wright County Fair. Lano's brought it up. Dualed up 2255 open station. They actually did an article on this in Heritage Magazine. If any of you guys have that, check it out in a back issue. 2655. I don't know a ton about these, but just taking one quick look at this. This looks like a Minneapolis Moline power plant. I think Moline had different color ones that they all powered these early four-wheel drives. I'm guessing this is a 585 or a 505. Moline diesel, naturally aspirated. Super 99 with a Detroit in it. Really nice restoration. Super 88 diesel high crop. Yeah, look at this, a Super 66 with a single front wheel. Completely redone. New gauges, seat rubbers, everything. Another Super 99, this with a Cockshutt in it. Here is a mist green 880. So if you guys don't know what a mist green 880 is, back in the late 50s, Oliver decided to do some sort of promotion where they painted these a different color, and it wasn't well received. A lot of them got repainted because people didn't like it. So now they're collectible. And this one is beautifully restored. I get asked about some of these other models from time to time, or some people send me a link saying, hey, there's one for sale or something. And these were the compacts that were built by Fiat. And quite honestly, nobody that I know in our club has one. And you just don't see them. They just weren't real popular where I'm from in Minnesota. So here's your honorable mention. Just because, don't see them. From what I've heard from some guys is they're decent little tractors, but they're not Charles Cities, so I don't know. Here's an early Hart Parr Oliver crossover on steel, 1827 model. White and Oliver combines. Typically, people don't go through the trouble of hauling these to a show just because of their size and everything else, so it's appreciated when guys go through all the work to do it. This one actually seems to be in really nice shape. We never had any around. All our self-propelleds were always John Deere's. There's a lot more really nice Olivers here, but I kind of just stuck to the unusual. Trying to keep the video short, doing a little walkthrough.